Hey, Courtney. Hey, how's it going, guys? Let's be real for a minute. I want to be real with you guys. Look, Courtney, believe it or not, I do want to see you win in this. I want to see you take Ben to task, take him to court, and take what is rightfully yours. And I'm not talking about money. I don't think there's any money here. Okay, you and I both know you burned through it. And not really your fault, right? We all know Ben's restaurant idea was kind of stupid. He probably tried to say something, but like, Ben, we don't even know anything about Ethiopian food. This is a really dumb idea, but he didn't listen to you, right? He doesn't listen to the woman who's wise. Because he hates women. He hated you, too. But let's get into this. Courtney, I want to see you win. I want to. There's a lot of us that want to. The only way through this is court, though. Okay? There's two ways you can get it to that destination, but it's going to go to court. Whether through CPS or through you doing it. If CPS gets involved, the way they will eventually get involved as this thing escalates, it could be you are the victim, though. You're the victim of domestic violence. So if CPS were to get involved, the best way for that to happen would be for you to contact them, come forward with this information, come forward that you are a victim of domestic violence. You don't necessarily need to have a police report right then and there, but they may recommend that you do. Or if you also do go ahead and call the police and report this, report the violence that happened in the home, you have plenty of time. There's the statute of limitations for misdemeanors and felony crimes in Rhode Island is 3 years. You could still call the police, generate that report, call in Rhode Island CPS, and that way that report will have some substantial backing to it, because if someone on Discord who has good intentions does it, it's not going to go very well. First off, if it's like a YouTube thing, they're not going to, some internet thing, they're not going to take it seriously. They're not going to take it seriously. But if it comes from you, that could definitely help you out. That's one way it may go to court. Because what you could do then is you could create a situation. You could make the allegation that the home is neglectful, that obviously Ben is just letting things fall apart. But it all depends on what you disclose. Also depends on what the kids disclose as well. And he has them all gaslit and stuff like that. So that'd be a hard avenue. I admit that would be a hard avenue. If and then also you run into the chance of CPS decides that you're both abusive, they may recommend things. I mean, they would remove the kids from the home temporarily. Ben would have to take classes, which he's probably not going to do. You would take classes and stuff, but that's probably not going to happen. Okay. The best thing for you to do in this situation would be just to take it to court. Now, I understand court is expensive, but you are the victim of domestic violence. You are, Courtney. Now, when you create that police report, it's not to get Ben arrested. It's to file something there. Okay? And you get the more time that goes by not doing it, the harder it is to just do it. Like, you got to. You got to. I don't know why. I know why you haven't already. Because I still believe you don't think you were abused. Like you have to just admit it. You were. You are a victim. And that's okay. It's not okay to be a victim, but it's okay to admit that you are a victim. What I'm saying is it's not okay to just stay. It's better to do better, right? You may be entitled, or you might be, I should say, eligible. You may be eligible for legal assistance being a victim of domestic violence. Let's take a look at some websites here. Let's take a look at this site here. Okay. Legal assistance in Rhode Island, womanslaw.org. Call these numbers definitely. Let's see. Divorce and child custody issues. Let's go back. Ooh. Yeah, let's do custody issues, because what you're going to want to do, this could definitely help. You file in the court for custody, okay? You do it. You would have to do it. Now, you'd be like, oh, but it costs a lot of money. Okay, we'll get to that, though. Now, of course, this information here, this section is intended as a brief overview. It's not intended as a guide performing your own custody case, but we'll walk you through some things here. I recommended you read this. But it says that a petition or a complaint for custody is filed by submitting to the family clerk the following documents. It lists out the documents there, and it says if you cannot pay the filing fee, you should file for in forma pauperis, okay? Meaning that the court will pay for it. But you have to be eligible. You have to meet the criteria for that. You have to ask what the criteria is. Now, you don't need a woman's shelter, as I understand it. And if you do, obviously don't say anything because no one needs to know, right? But if you call, there's a number here. If you call this number, they will definitely be able to connect you with resources that can help you in your situation. You call this number, and they're going to help. They're going to be able to help you with this information. They'll talk to you about choosing a lawyer, how to go about that, and that you may there's lawyer referral programs. There's a volunteer lawyer program there. Let's see, the Rhode Island Bar Association Volunteer Lawyer Program, funded through a grant from Rhode Island Legal Services and the Rhode Island Bar Foundation, provides pro bono free legal services to qualified low-income Rhode Islanders. Now, Courtney, you have no income, so you would possibly qualify, and you are the victim of domestic violence, but you got to file that report. You're going to want to file that report to have that if you pursue this avenue here, okay? But the only way I see your situation getting any better is if you go to court. That is it. That is it. Okay? I'm going to get roped into this. But, yeah, I'll gladly testify that based on my personal knowledge, from what I've seen on the internet, from what I've seen in the streams, from what I've seen what you have said, what Ben has said from himself, that you are the victim of domestic violence. I'll definitely say that. I legit want you to do this. I think it would help your situation quite a bit. The alternative would be to wait around until Ben runs out of money and can't afford the rent anymore. But then what happens? Where do the kids go then? Is Ben not going to just take the kids with him wherever he goes? I mean, you would have to do it. And you can't wait on or rely on some person on Discord or on the internet with good intentions to do it. You would have to. I hope it gets better, Courtney.